What's up, Dave? All right, me and Sean are just gonna go kind of off the cuff here, and I'm gonna share my story start to finish in about 3 minutes. Once I stood before a giant slide in front of me, enclosed like one of those at the water slide parks. And before it was a sign of warnings. Danger, do not enter, step back. Injury or death will occur. Stay back. And the slide just stood there imposing, open and empty, and just calling to me. And everyone I knew had gone through it. In fact, it was something that everyone talked about. It was something that everyone knew, that everyone did. But still the sign said, do not enter. And after a time, I grew tired of standing in the flat area where it was safe. I grew tired of what I should do, and I made a choice. I jumped inside. As I began to slide, the metal started to pass above me and around me rhythmically until it was just a blur, and I spiraled through it, taking all the turns and drops. Such an incredible feeling within me, such an elation of bliss, something that was so different and new. And I laughed to myself, for it was such a change, and I just felt so alive in such a different way than anything I've ever felt before. And it was different. I didn't care anymore what they said of their warnings or what not to do or other dangers to beware. But this is what I was chosen, and no one could stop me. And I laughed to myself again. And then all at once, one sudden rise and a drop, and I fell straight down. The slide opening up like a giant tunnel, just a straight drop, and I screamed as I fell. And the walls widened, and I couldn't reach him anymore, but I was just falling, screaming into the darkness. No way to reach out, nothing to catch me, nothing to hold me anymore, but I fell. For so long I fell, screaming and clawing at empty air, until slowly it started to shut again and tighten around me. And I slid through it as it continued to tighten, and I came to a stop, stuck there, and I looked up, and I couldn't see where I came from anymore. I couldn't see the heights from which I fell. I was so far down. So I began to climb my way out to shimmy and press my hands against the walls and push my way up. But there came a point where it got wide again, and I just couldn't reach anymore. There was no way. I lost my strength as I jumped for it, but I fell back down, and I slid screaming back to where I was. And I slid to a stop, my arms and my legs pinned down at my sides, stuck in the metal of the slide. And I was alone. And it was pitch black. And I looked up, I couldn't see anything, I couldn't feel anything. With every breath, I slipped further down, tighter, gripping me, choking me, like I was in some giant anaconda that was just eating me alive. And I remembered the sign and what it had said. Warning, stay back. Death or serious injury will occur. Stay back. And here I was. For all they told me, I hadn't listened, and I was stuck. And I began to cry to myself, because no one could help me now. No one could help me. I was alone in the dark. And with each breath, with each sob, I just slipped further and further down, tighter. And there was no way out. Part 2. As I walked the flatlands at the bottom of the earth, where the dirt was black, and the trees like skeletons reaching up to the black sky, and everything around was like smoke and ash. I walked alone through this bitter, empty place where no wind blew, and there was almost no sound. And the people I came upon, the ones that had gone before, the ones that I knew that told me it was a good idea and was a safe way to go, I found them gathered together in places, around campfires that gave no warmth and shined no light. And no matter how much I drank or what I ate, I never felt better, I never felt full. And the worst part is, the more that was around, the more lonely I felt. Until I walked off on my own and began to wander. And as I did, I came across other people, other wanderers, who weren't happy, but they were stuck there. Some of them crying, some of them with that 1,000-mile stare. There wasn't even anyone in there anymore for the most part. They were just wandering. And I was like one of them. Then once I got outside of everybody, once it was just me, I came upon a single man standing. He was just there alone. And I noticed he was holding some kind of gold string. And I asked him what it was, who he was. He said it was a way out of here, a way home. I asked him what I had to do for it, what I had to pay him, where I had to go, or what he wanted. Nothing, he said. Nothing? Nothing. Just take it. And he handed it to me. And I asked him what I had to do for it. He said, there's nothing you can do for it. There's nothing you can do to earn it. Just take it. The only thing you have to do is trust me. And I began to ascend as the rope pulled me. I floated away up into the sky, and the higher I got, the more scared I was of how high I was getting, but also scared to let go, so I just hung on. And it kept pulling me up and up and up and out of the abyss, out of the dark area, higher. Part 3. I sat around the table with everyone, with all my friends who I loved so much and cared about, with everyone whose scars have been stories of the way that they had been made new again, ways of how they'd come out of it, until we didn't even notice them at all anymore. But we just enjoyed each other's company, enjoyed spending time there, enjoyed our time with each other and where we were, and everything was right. Everything was set right again. I didn't hurt anymore. I was free again and happy. There was joy and love and family in ways that I'd never even felt before. In new ways that made sense, that had something that I'd always been looking for. And I was overjoyed. And then at once, I was called. The one who was in charge of everything called me. From the table, from this land of white and the clouds I've been pulled to. And I walked to him. And I asked what he wanted. There were many standing before me, and they said, who will go? Who will go for us to tell others? And I just looked at him. And he said, did I not bring you out? Did I not give you a way out when there was no way out? Did I not make it right again? And I said, yes. Put a crash helmet on me, and the clouds opened up beneath my feet, and I fell back through the clouds. Part 4. Again, I walked the dark lands beneath everything, but it was not like the first time. This time I knew. This time I saw clear. This time I knew it was not all that we were doomed to be here, to be stuck. For his power had gone with me. Power to set free the prisoners, to take the captives home, to bind up and heal those who are bleeding and hurting, those who have no hope, those who have no purpose, no direction, nothing left to give, the strung out, the hopeless, the tired, the broken, the ones who feel rejected, all of them, to tell them all there is a hope, there is a way. We are not doomed to this. We are not doomed to be a broken, hollow shell, a shadow of ourselves, stuck in our past mistakes. We are not doomed to be something less. We're not doomed to a death sentence or a life sentence. But there is more for us. So I came to this place to show them all, to point them in the direction that there is a way out, that there is one who has brought a way out for us all. And there's nothing we could do to earn it or make it right of ourselves, but just what he's given us. It's a gift. You can't buy a gift. That's what makes it a gift. You just have to take it and say thank you. Come home. Thank you.